it's in Niger, mostly Niger. I think in Niger, Nigerians should be strong on that border of Niger, should make sure that Niger don't even be crossing Nigeria anymore, and the ones that are not being even brought out. Every country has a problem.
They never understand it. It's GeNocIDe.
Good morning and welcome to GeNocIDe podcast. And I hope you guys are doing well this morning. I know that this is the first day of the week and it's Monday. You know, some people wake up in the morning, you know, whenever it's first day of the week, after all the enjoyment of the weekend, you know, when you see yourself waking up in the morning to like go to work, to do some one or two things, it get tired, you know, because you need more rest. Some people need extra. But what can we do? We need to put food on the tables, and that is the most reason why we all have to wake up in the morning, feel strong, take a cup of coffee or a tea or something that can make you strong, then off to work and feel happy so that you can get something at the end of the day. Anyway, I'm your boy GeNocIDe, the host of this program. Like I said to you, we are in politics. We are in politics, and politics is what is going on now in Nigeria. Everybody needs Nigeria to be better. But this time around, I'm going to be talking about the genocide, because more on the genocide. And there are people that have been coming and have been interviewed and have been saying a lot of things concerning the genocide, the fake news that was going on in America. And a guy that is called something they call him, is a senator in America, has been the one carrying this news and making sure that Nigeria has a kind of sanction. And if a country is being termed as genocide, killing a certain particular people in the country, like Christians, like they say, it's a big problem for that country, because that country is going to have a lot of sanction. And if it happens, a lot of people will not be able to travel to that country, will not be able to go internet, will not be able to do the business that they have to do. It will touch a lot of people, and this is a big problem for Nigeria. So how will Nigeria correct this news that many of them will come in and say is fake news, that is not real? Anyway, let's jump into this very video to see what this honorable is saying concerning the genocide that was the current trending news now in social media platform and in America, in the world as a whole. Then we come back to eye on it.
Case of agenda, and it has IPOB backing. That since IPOB and its leaders are followers of Jewish or Judaism religion in the East, while clothing Christian religionists and their churches somewhere in the Southeast, that they classify this IPOB because they look like they are Jewish people, and that is why they are killing them in the Southeast. He said, nowhere, like I told you in this report, where he will say he admits of the fact that there is any killing in the Southeast and that the killing was perpetrated by the IPOB or Eastern Security Network. This is the only report the senator relied on. Thank you for having me.
How damaging is Senator Ted Cruz's position? He's not only saying it, he's moved it as a movement of law for an act of parliament in the United States.
First of all, Ted Cruz is having a declining popularity in the U.S. Because of some of the extreme positions he has taken in favor of AIPAC, which the MAGA base are not happy with him. People like Tucker Carlson, Candy Owens, there are quite a number of them who are not comfortable. So in a bid to revive his alien political career, he decided to choose people of like minds to do that. But let me not push far in that regard and focus on the germane issue of substance. Senator Ted Cruz published on his official Twitter page allegation against the government of Nigeria. And if you look at that, you see he said there is a genocide, there's a killing of Christians in Nigeria, to which public officials are either complicit or all they are participating in it. In other words, he's trying to say that there is a genocide and the genocide is perpetrated by Nigeria government. Now, genocide, if you look at the very concept and definition of genocide, you know that it has to be a state-orchestrated thing. Or even if it is non-state actors, it has to be established. The second thing is talk about the participation of the government of Nigeria. He knows it is false. But let me tell you where the story is coming from.
Or maybe he doesn't know.
Let me tell you, the reason is because almost all of them base that position that they said on this report. This report was written by Inter-Society Civil Liberty and Rule of Law. They call them International Society for Civil Liberties and Rule of Law. It is founded in Nigeria and it is somewhere in Onitsha. Most of the references they made were in this report. Now, if you look at this report, which was first published in August, and then they updated it last month, September, you will know that this is a pure case of agenda, and it has IPOB backing. This report can be seen on their website, Inter-Society Civil Liberties and the Rule of Law. Now, they gave what they call to be a report of killings in Nigeria. They said they got their sources from multiple places. They also said they relied on their previous archive in reaching the conclusion. If you look at the entire report, 70% of the cases of killing that they are referring to happened in 2015, 2016, and I think 2018. The reference they made to the killings in 2025, they said the report, they got them from Sahara reporters, they got it from one civil society, and they got it from what they call open source. Almost all of the things that they were published, they were based on hearsay. Now, if you're writing a report, the little I know about people who understand what research is, you have to go to the root of the source. You have to verify the point. Nowhere in this report has he established one fact, that this report stemmed from a research by their organization. Needless talking about the people who fund this particular organization. But do you know one intriguing thing about this report? He has analyzed every killings in Nigeria. There is one killing that he refused to acknowledge. And in fact, he even said that all of the killings of priests, the citizens of the southern eastern Nigeria, he said they were perpetuated by the Nigerian security forces, Nigerian crack team, and Nigerian intelligence officers in the pretext of fight against IPOB. Then in that report, he came to that very, very important point here, where he said, all of these have seen reckless whatever, and that the premise for which there is false labeling, mass criminalization, class stigmatization, and here's the conclusion, is premised on two things. Number one, that since IPOB and its leaders are followers of Jewish or Judaism religion in the East, white clothing Christian religionists and their churches somewhere in the Southeast, that they classify this IPOB because they look like they are Jewish people, and that is why they are killing them in the Southeast. He said, nowhere like I told you in this report where he will say he admits of the fact that there is any killing in the Southeast and that the killing was perpetrated by the IPOB or Eastern Security Network. This is the only report the senator relied on. Meanwhile, there have been reports by Human Rights Watch, report by Amnesty International, United States Institute of Peace, and all other allied reports on insecurity in Nigeria. Not a single one referenced any form of insecurity as religiously based killings in Nigeria.
So there is a concern, though, because where the fire is originating from does look like it's Nigerians who have instigated this, and there are those who say they have directly been impacted by the killings in Nigeria. Right. For example, July this year, some Nigerians, some of them who are from Benue State, they had a protest press conference in Washington, D.C. Right. And now we're even hearing that Marco Rubio is supporting this move. And they said that there is a genocidal attack in their land. Some of these people, and I would say after the Yawata attack, those who have risen up to say it does look like a coordinated attack against Christians, because most of the people that were attacked, churches were attacked, the people that were attacked, most of them are Christian. That it looks like a coordinated attack. Nigerians in the United States seem to have fueled or instigated it.
So there are three things you mentioned here. Number one is the group that went and protested. Number two, the issue they presented to the congressmen. They are fabricated and half truth. Yes to the fact that there have been killings. No to the fact that the killing is because they are Christians. You see, because anywhere a crime is committed, the tribe or religion that is predominant in that place will be the most casualty. You will see the most casualty there. In the same way you see in Zamfara, in Sokoto, in Katsina, in Kebbi, where these bandits have come and killed people, abduct people, majority of them are Muslims. So when you go to Benue, and but let me tell you something. Recently, there have been arrests of individuals that were fomenting crisis in Benue. Guess what? They were flown in the public media. Some of them are Christians. So some of the places, the crisis there, they ask their governors will tell them, because governors receive intel report. It is not because they are Christians. Either it is based on land grabbing, cattle rustling, cattle this, whatever it is, that is the component. That's why United States Institute of Peace never mention religion. So when you go to the United States and you push religion, that you are being persecuted before you are Christian, to me, is a mischaracterization of the real issue.
What is the implication of Nigeria being designated as a country of particular concern?
Well, if a country is designated as a country of particular concern, what happened is that country is likely to come under sanction. And the sanction can be either of these four. It can be on travel ban, it can be embargo on the sale of arms to you, it can also be trade-related embargo, where there is this tariff or whatever trade restriction. And it can be the fourth one, I think I can't remember, either of these four can happen to you. Now, some of these Nigerians who are overzealous and are wanting this thing to come on Nigeria because either you are in the opposition or you are even a pastor, you feel that this thing should happen. If the embargo or ban is placed on Nigeria, maybe you've been going there to preach. Nigerians can't go to America. Recently, Donald Trump banned certain countries where people from those countries can't go there. So you have to know, if you are somebody that travels abroad for what, it can be religious, it can be trade, it can be business. If a sanction is placed on you, that is likely going to affect.
But there are those who will say the Tinubu government has to do a lot of work because these things are being instigated by Nigerians.
So let me tell you why lately Nigerians have been crying for long about insecurity. They've been pushing this issue of religion for a long time. But these guys in the West, that's why I say it's orchestrated agenda. These guys in the West never paid attention to it until an event happened at the United Nations. And 24 hours after that event, Bill Maher was the first to start talking, and he said that it's killing of Nigeria. If you're Western media, you are not talking about it, shame on you. And I don't know why the Nigerian people are not in the street protesting. After he said that, two other podcasters said it, and then before you know, the senators, who are APAC-backed senators, and senators who have alien political career, those ones continue to say it and ask people to retreat. Now, this is how you will know that it is agenda. When Nigerians were crying insecurity, what did they do? They didn't do anything. Until now, they feel the opportunity presents itself for them to pick that thing up in order to create a problem for Nigeria. And you talked about Marco Rubio may buy into it. Because before now, when Marco Rubio was an ordinary senator, Marco Rubio was among the persons who were pushing for that kind of a thing. But we are committed in bringing out the falsehood. We admit there is insecurity in Nigeria and we're fighting it. We have made significant progress since 2023 when the president came. None of the insecurity in Nigeria relates to religion. And we are making the progress that is required.
According to the Honorable, I think I see sense of what he's saying. Do you know something about Nigerians? That Nigerians, many of us that has not traveled don't know what happened in diaspora. This US you're saying, if you see a lot of things that happen in US, even where I am now, you will not believe it. But none of them is ever being reported. Yeah. And when diaspora come out to say there is killing in Africa, that people are being genocide in Africa, I take a laugh, because the same diaspora, a lot of things, even the same thing that was being claimed on Africa is also being done around diaspora. Yeah. But who is reporting those ones? Who is bringing them out? But my question is, why are they listening? There is one adage that says, before you remove the problem in somebody eye, remove the one in your own eye first. Take up the one in your eye. Don't pretend as if nothing is happening in your country while your country is facing a lot of trauma. Most of us that are there, that have traveled to those countries, US, have seen a lot. And that is why many of us to stay in US is scary. You can't even, if you don't mind us, if you don't take time, you might even see yourself. Something will just, you might. It's just by the grace of God. Shehu Kuti went to US, and the hotel that he was, before he knew, there was a gunshot on that place, and it speared through his window. So what is that? What is that? A country that is that gun is being is being the government license in the country where gun is being used. Everybody can use you as far as it's licensed, and a lot of people has gone through that thing their way. So then compared to a country that did not even allow that gun to even any citizen to have one of it or have anything like license, and it's even hard for you to say you have a licensed gun in Nigeria. Even police will just take you on because they don't even want to see anybody. Even for you to take to a police station and say you have a license. I know one time I pranked a police people. I went to them and said I have a license. They were saying, they say bring it. They were going, and I just told them it's a lie. I just told them that I was just pranking them. I also wanted to see how serious somebody can use gun in Nigeria, and that's how serious you cannot use gun in Nigeria. Even a citizen is only allowed by the officers of Nigeria. That's the police, the authority, people that are allowed by the government and for protection. So if you are carrying weapon in Nigeria, it's a crime. It's a big crime in Nigeria. Even the same place I am, like in England, you can't carry weapon, you can't carry it. It's a big crime here. But let's talk of US that is on top of this game now. A lot of people I know that went to US there, I know what they are saying about the security in US. The security in US is not as tight as people even think. Yeah, it's not strong as people even think. A lot of things are going on, and it is being put under the mat. Yeah, so it's good for the US to the people to sort their security in their country and sort everything that are going on there that we most people used to hear, and the ones that are not being even brought out. Every country has a problem. Every country has a problem. What I advise each country to be doing is that when a country have a problem and their own become like, I won't say it major, I will say it become social media, it went viral. Then because it went viral, it now has to become a major issue. Then the country should come and just advise based on their own too, and not to just sanction that country or start judging that country, because that same country that is judging the same country has their problem that is not being sorted yet. The same insecurity is in their country too. Every country is battling through insecurity. So many countries are battling through insecurity. It's not only Nigeria. And I'm not saying it is good that Nigerians should pass into insecurity, but for Nigeria to be sanctioned as a genocide country, I don't think Nigeria is a genocide country. Nigeria has a respect for religion. They have respect for religion. But what is happening in Nigeria is terrorism, all this Boko Haram, all this Fulani henchmen, and it's concerning every single person. I remember in my state, Imo State, how Fulani henchmen went there and, that is by every, what they did, both Igbo, both Yoruba, both every Christian, everybody, even in their own country, in their own state, Kaduna, Kano, just all those places. You see what they are doing just because of they have a very particular mission that this, and most of these people that are Fulani henchmen, some of them, we can't term them as Nigerian. That's what Nigerians should know. Some of them are coming from Niger. Many of them are coming from Niger. Some of them are deploying Niger people. If you watch them well, I used to watch them well. There's one time I went and I saw one of them, the way he was, and I knew, I called you a Niger person, he started trying to the immigration of Nigeria should close the border of Niger, to be strong with the border of Niger. Yeah, you see Niger, mostly Niger. I didn't say Niger. Nigerians should be strong on that border of Niger, should make sure that Niger don't even be crossing Nigeria anymore, because what they do, they practice Nigerian language. They practice to speak Hausas, and they get to go to Hausa's place. Some enter Hausa and begin to do the same. And many of them are deployed from that place. Many of these terrorists, you see, are not. That is why why don't you ask the question that when they kidnap people, they take them out off the border of Nigeria to Ghana, to somewhere, because they are linked. That's where they come from. That's where they come from. Why are they not taking them? Why they, like if you see a Nigerian kidnapper will kidnap and run into the bush. It's the same Nigeria. He will be in the same Nigeria. He will not go to border. He will not, because he's a Nigerian kidnapper. He's a Nigerian one. That's why you see that when they run into the bush with those people, or they go to a particular place, and when police people will always get them in Nigeria. But look at those two ones there that you see, they are Fulani henchmen, terrorists, they call themselves Fulani. Look what they do. They always come from the borders. So they are not Nigerians. Nigerians are not people that easily just buy a person like that. I know Nigerian for that. I'm not saying that Nigeria does not have crime. Nigeria have crime, but okay. If I tell you a story of a place that one of my cousins was living, and Nigerian armed robber came there, and as they came, first of all they wrote them a letter that they're coming. They thought it was a joke before they know they came. Just like it was a long time ago. Then when they came, they find out that the people they came does not even have food to eat. You know what they did? They had to put money in their pocket and give to them and walk away. Yeah, they gave them eat food. We thought people have money. Say, they are even hungry, looking for food to eat. So, but there are some situations when you go to some country, this kind of thing, before you know, those people, they are all by. They just like that. So what I'm saying in essence is that what they call that Senate name in America, I'm trying to remember his name, Louis, whatever thing they call him. He should learn how to find the real truth. And that is, and before I go into that, before I go into talking about the Senate that was in America that was doing all this thing, getting fake report that he's not even sure of what is reporting or what he has put in place in America. See, Nigerian, this is a lesson to Nigeria that we do not need to depend in countries. Nigeria has everything to be dependent on their own. If Nigerians are dependent and productive and stop, make insecurity very well, stop looting, stop everything, make security, make better, Nigeria is good. I keep telling you that Nigeria is one of the richest countries in the whole world. But because of mismanagement and neglecting the resources we have, the resources of agriculture, the resources of producing food, rather going to oil and leaving that agriculture as people, few people, those tiny people who are struggling, and those ones that are doing it are not even funded, are not even given anything by the government. God. So how do you think the government does not want to take place? Look at, even in the film industry, government are supposed to come into the film industry because Nigeria is doing well in the film industry. In the Nigerian government are supposed to take over all these things and do it, put money into it. It will cause a fast employment in Nigeria. Do you know if government put money into oil will be like gold, it will be kept for generation to generation. Everybody went and got oil block. Nobody want to produce again. The few ones that are producing, go and see how rich they are. First one, go and see what they are exporting. Go and see the people that are exporting to this place. See how much Nigerian food costs in this country. You won't believe it. That if Nigeria go into production, the government take over tractor, every land, all those states, then Kaduna, Kano, everybody they start producing. Empower many people to be a farmer. empower people to have company. Everywhere employment. How many is Nigeria? How many is Nigeria? Before you know, everybody will be working. Everybody will be busy because and good pay will be put on it. Good pay, and Nigeria will watch it, make sure that nobody is being cheated. Tell me why Nigeria will not be good. Tell me why Nigeria will begin to depend. Even those countries, see, they will be running to us, coming to want to, because when your country is beautiful, it's productive, it's manufacturing, security is there, everything is working for you. You see country even begging you that they want to come. Yeah, company will be begging, they will be calling, please help us, let's come there, produce, let's do something. Yeah, that's how it is. You will stay, they will be begging you, become like Dubai. And you see how companies are begging Dubai to go and establish there because the security, everything is working well there. That is what we should do. We have suffered ourselves for so long because of what? Now another thing is that there are law. Do you know why Nigeria is not stable? Because of a lot of politicians are into tribalism, into occultism, into different kind of things that are satanic, that are not even of God. So how will your heart not be hardened? Because in that occult, in those things that they are doing, in those things and whatever thing that they are going to put their hands into to do, it's not giving them. Have you ever seen where darkness wants light to shine? So definitely, if there is a promise that you have made to those people and say, no, my own vision is to make sure they are not, this country will not be okay. They'll say, okay, if in change of that, they will give you wet. They not give you wet. So because of having a mission, they say, no, Nigerian, because of your own self-centered something that you want, then Nigeria will be suffering. You see? So many of us need to repent and give our life to Jesus Christ of Nazareth and leave all these things and come out from everything that we have placed our hand into. Why some people? So a lot of people who have bad motive should stop. They should stop. All these things now that is coming is a lesson to us that people just look at how people are talking about our country without no respect. People just come pick on Nigeria. Like now, can people pick on US like that? Can people somebody just come out and say something about US, or somebody just come out and say something about UK, or somebody just come out and say something about Sweden, somebody just come out and say something about some country like that? The person will be scared to say something, so I don't want trouble. But people can just speak on Nigeria. So Nigerians should upgrade. Nigerians should upgrade. They should upgrade themselves. Stop all these things and let's upgrade. And people will be scared to, before they want to talk, they will first of all say, no, we don't want trouble. Yeah. It is when you downgrade yourself, see what we have done. Many of our governors go out to misbehave outside the country. Many of our presidents, people that work in the government, you see them misbehaving. Spending funds, so much money in abroad there. If they see, they look at you and say, this one, you come here, you spend this kind of money, but your countries are suffering. So many things. Why not you use this money there? And now, see, let me say something. Nigeria is a very good country if we handle it well. From 1960 to 1970, Nigeria proved that it was a good country. It proved that it was a manufacturer, and it went from 1960 to 1970. Nigeria was free visa to so many. In how many countries Nigeria was free? It wasn't know how I traveled out of the country. Nigeria was free visa to so many countries. The passport was, we don't even have this one that was changed. That time was old passport. Passport was boom, confirmed. You use it like this. Ghana, so many people run to Nigeria to take it and travel out of the country. So Nigeria can still come back to that again. Let's wake up and don't allow anybody to come and rub mud on us and make us that when we go out of the country, so many people, before I go, a lot of Nigerians are not even proud to call themselves Nigerians. It's just only few of us who was born during 1960, 1961, 17, 19, because we saw the betterness of Nigeria. And that was why we can still be proud of Nigeria. Anyway, God bless Nigeria. I don't want to keep this video long. I just want you to please, what do you think? Subscribe, comment, like this video, and share this video. And I will see you in the next update. Bye for now.